Welcome back, my lovely subscribers. This is your girl EsthyTech, and welcome back to our CKA exam series. We are now on our final security focus question, CKA question 17. This question is all about Kubernetes network policy and zero trust networking. Let me first read the question exactly as it appears in the exam. We have front-end and back-end deploy in separate NS, front-end and back-end. They need to communicate. Analyze. Inspect the front-end and back-end deployments to understand their communication requirements. Apply. From the network policy YAML files in the ~netpol folder, choose one to apply. It must allow communication between front end and back end, be as restrictive as possible, least permissive, do not delete or change the existing, deny all netpols. Failure to follow these rules may result in a score reduction or zero. So, what is this question really testing? This is a zero trust networking question. We already have a deny all network policy in place, which means no traffic is allowed in or out by default. And the question clearly tells us we are not allowed to touch that deny all policy. Our job is to apply one additional network policy that opens only the exact path required, front end, back end, and absolutely nothing else. Instead of writing a new policy from scratch, the exam gives us pre-written network policy files in a folder. This is a time management question, and time is everything in the CKA exam. First, let us inspect what's available with this command. Then inspect the content of the policies with this cat command. We are inspecting these files to find the one that meets all the requirements. In the exam environment, the correct policy is file number 2, and here's exactly why. When you inspect file number 2, you will notice these critical blocks: namespace or pod selector, restrictive, pod selector, match labels, app, backend. This tells Kubernetes that this policy applies only to backend pods, not all pods. And the ingress rule, only frontend allowed. From namespace selector, match labels, name, frontend. This explicitly allows traffic only from the frontend namespace. No wildcards, no empty selectors, no open access port restriction, no extra ports. Protocol, TCP, port 80. This ensures traffic is allowed only on the required port, nothing more. Why this is least permissive? File number 2 meets all the exam conditions because it does not modify the deny all policy. It allows only front-end, back-end traffic. It restricts traffic by namespace, pod labels, and port. It does not allow any other namespaces or ports. This is exactly what least permissive means. Once we've confirmed that file number 2 meets all the requirements, we do not waste time. In the exam, speed matters. Apply the policy with kubectl apply-f command with the file. If time permits, you can test connectivity from a front-end pod to the backend service. But in the exam, once the correct policy is applied, this question is essentially done. And that completes CKA questions 1 through 17. We covered CRDs and kubectl explain, storage recovery, Linux system preparation, control plane recovery, zero trust networking. This is exactly the level of thinking the CKA exam expects. If you want all these scripts, YALM files, and practice labs in one zip, check the link in the description.
Innovation lives where the knowledge grows. EsthyTech, your tech journey starts here. Code it, dream it, live it.